is a daily news update. I'm Petty Officer Liz Murray. The Navy Alcohol Abuse Prevention Program has some tips for the holiday season. All sailors and Marines should know and assess the risk factors of alcohol abuse. Service members at risk for abuse are normally between E1 to E5 and from 18 to 25 years old. They're normally on their first 3 years of enlistment and many times at risk within 12 months before or after their 21st birthday. Service members should also consider environmental factors like events in the community, base, or command. All factors should be taken into account and used to initiate a command prevention program. For more info on combating alcohol abuse, go to navdweb.spawar.navy.mil. From the Naval Media Center, I'm Petty Officer Liz Murray.
From the AFRTS News Center, this is Target Money. The Defense Finance and Accounting Service is making it easier to get ready for tax time. Service members, retirees, and Department of Defense civilian employees can access their pay information and tax statements online. Log on to the DFAS MyPay website to print out a copy of your statements. You don't have to wait for your W-2. Just go to MyPay for a tax statement view. That's Target Money.
And now, long-distance holiday greetings on the Pentagon Channel.
Hi, this is Teresa Tucker coming to you from Kuwait. Deployed from Iraq, like to send out special greetings to Jaquise Elaine Tucker. Mommy loves you. I know you're in Mannheim, Germany. I'm here. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Captain Philip Nightsheen. I would like to give a happy holidays to my brother and his wife, Peter and Megan Nightsheen, in Stuttgart, Germany, from Camp Doha, Kuwait.
Hello, my name is Specialist Felipe. I was deployed to Camp Victory, Kuwait. I'm sending this greeting to my wife in Vilsek, Germany. Sweetie, I love you. I miss you. I'll be home soon.
Pacific Report is next on the Pentagon Channel. Pacific Report is produced 5 days a week by American Forces Network Tokyo, an Air Force broadcasting station at Yokota Air Base, Japan, and broadcast to service members and their families throughout the Pacific region and worldwide. You're watching the Pentagon Channel.
Coming up on Pacific Report, Marines keeping neighborhood streets safe. Hello and welcome to your Monday Pacific Report. I'm Air Force Sergeant Tony Hughes. That story in a moment, but first, a sailor in Guam died this weekend after collapsing during a hike. The sailor was transported to Naval Hospital Guam and was pronounced dead at approximately 10:51 p.m. The name of the sailor is being withheld pending notification of family members. The death is under investigation. We will bring you more information as it becomes available. If you haven't started a thrift savings plan or TSP yet, you still have a couple of days before the latest open season closes. Open season began in mid-October and ends December 31st. TSP is a voluntary savings and investment plan for both service members and civilians. This season, civilians under the Federal Employees Retirement System can increase contributions up to 14% of their pay. Those under the Civil Service Retirement System and those in the military can contribute up to 9% of their basic pay. For more information regarding the latest open season, go to www.tsp.gov. The Armed Services Blood Program needs your blood. Program officials say military centers experienced a drop in blood collection during the holidays, but the need never goes away. Donations run low because many people are on leave and are suffering from illnesses like the cold and flu. Officials would like to remind service members, government employees, retirees, and family members that their blood donations are sent worldwide to save the lives of others. Marines are also in the business of saving lives. Devil Dogs from an anti-terrorism security team took part in an exercise at Yokosuka Naval Base and nearby Ikego housing area. Seaman Nathan Gomez deployed with the riflemen for a night to get an inside view of what the exercise was all about.
The Marines of 7th Platoon were doing an urban patrol exercise to get ready for possible future deployments to areas where their skills might be needed.
We're at the end of our deployment here, which lasts 6 months in support of 7th Fleet. Generally, at this point in time, we try to train the Marines up for
potential missions that they'll be asked to do once they go back to the Fleet Marine Force from here. So with things that are currently going on in the world, we see that this is a definite skill set that they need to have once they go back to the Fleet Marine Force.
The Marines got a taste of what an urban environment might be like in regard to the world's current state.
It's actually quite of an eye-opener, because it's not every day that you get to go out and actually do this in a real environment where there's buildings, vehicles, people walking around, and it's just crazy to see how it really goes.
This gave me some insight what they're doing in Iraq right now, what I might be doing in the future when I go to a unit that's over there, if and when I do, and some potentials, you know, things that I might run into or have to know.
This exercise helps the Marines' understanding and knowledge of what to do during an urban patrol. Seaman Nathan Gomez, AFN News, Yokosuka, Japan.
Still to come on Pacific Report, Cub Scouts take part in an age-old Japanese tradition. That story and more when Pacific Report continues.
On the Pentagon Channel. From the AFN Weather Center, a Pacific weather update.
I'm Air Force Weather Forecaster Hospital Collins, and this is your Pacific update. High pressure is once again the dominating feature on the surface animation as the frontal system in the east moves further into the North Pacific. A disturbance, however, is forming in eastern Mongolia. This trough develops into a front as it pushes eastward and brings a mixture of rain and snow to Korea and Japan. There's plenty of sunshine on today's wide view, with highs ranging from 25 in Vladivostok to 66 in Okinawa. You're likely to see precipitation tomorrow in Osan and Tokyo as the developing system pushes eastward. Strong winds continue to blow over northern Japan, while late-day showers will be found in Sasebo and Iwakuni. Highs on Wednesday's map will range from the 30s to the 50s, with snow in the north and rain in the south. Snow pushes into Korea later today after highs top out in the 30s and 40s. A mixture of rain and snow will dot the peninsula tomorrow as daytime highs warm up just a bit. It will be another sunny day across the South China Sea region. You'll see highs in the 70s and 80s and little in the way of change in the outlook for tomorrow. Highs will reach into the 80s in Singapore and Jakarta, with afternoon showers in the north and partly cloudy skies in the south. Both locations will see variable cloudiness on Wednesday. Out in the Pacific, only Guam has precipitation in today's forecast. Kwajalein joins the shower bandwagon tomorrow, while Wake Island sees partly cloudy skies. Unsettled weather lingers over northern Australia, keeping precipitation in the forecast for Darwin and Alice Springs, while high pressure in the south keeps the skies partly cloudy over Canberra. That's your Pacific update. I'm Air Force Weather Forecaster Hospital Collins, wishing you all a very happy holiday season from the AFN Weather Center.
Prior service airmen testing for promotion to staff, technical, and master sergeant are now exempt from taking the Specialty Knowledge Test, or SKT, for 2 years. Air Force Personnel Center officials say the change ensures people coming into the Air Force from a sister service are fairly considered for promotion. Airmen returning to active duty in a new career field will also be exempt from taking the SKT. The new policy begins in the 2004 promotion cycles and applies to prior service airmen who entered active duty January 2002 or later. Soldiers and their families from Camp Zama, Japan, got a healthy treat. They took a tour to a mikan farm. Mikans are similar to what we call tangerines. Not only did they tour the farm, but they picked the bright orange fruits for a small fee. Farmers in this town southwest of Camp Zama also grow strawberries and kiwi fruit. To find out more about tours like this one, contact your local travel office. Making rice cakes for the holidays and celebrations is common in Japanese culture. Some scouts from Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni join their counterparts in making the tasty treat. Lance Corporal Randy Bernard reports.
Oh my God. You guys ought to be on the How do you keep up with these birds? You have to shoot at them. Go hard. Take a step back. It's like climbing the stairs. All right, you got it. You got it.
Yes, yes.
All right, gather your
That was Lance Corporal Randy Bernard reporting. And that is your Pacific Report for this Monday. I'm Air Force Sergeant Tony Hughes. From all of us here at AFN Tokyo, thanks for watching.
Watching Pacific Report. Pacific Report is produced 5 days a week by the American Forces Network Tokyo at Yokota Air Base, Japan, and broadcast to service members and their families throughout the Pacific region and worldwide. Here's where to address your comments and questions.
The AFRTS News Center presents The Leaders. On this special edition, a holiday message to the men and women of America's armed forces from the Secretary of the Navy, Gordon England.
First, I want to say that what you're doing is crucially important. It's crucially important to America. It's also crucially important to the world. We are blessed as a nation. For 228 years, our nation has lived with democracy, freedom, and liberty. And I do want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a very happy holiday season, a terrific New Year, not just all of our great men and women in uniform, but to their families, because I know this is a family affair, so to your families, your spouses, everybody around America, around the world, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
From the AFRTS News Center, this has been The Leaders.
Find out why these airmen spend hours watching others work. See how Team Mildenhall is doing its part to make dreams come true. And tune in to see what the Secretary of the Air Force wants you to know. It's all in Air Force Prime Time, this week on the Pentagon Channel.
This is a daily news update. I'm Petty Officer Liz Murray. Members of Task Force Uniform have made their recommendations for uniform revisions to the Chief of Naval Operations based on service members' input. Some of the changes include rewriting outdated sections of the uniform regulations and creating an interactive web-based version. 2 concepts were approved for trials, one for the working uniform and another for the service dress blues. Testing will be conducted at various locations throughout the fleet. Specific tasks for the TFU included reducing the number of uniform items, increasing interchangeability, and giving sailors a cost-effective set of uniforms with a professional appearance. From the Naval Media Center, I'm Petty Officer Liz Murray.
This is the Pentagon Channel. Send your comments to tpc@afis.osd.mil.
This month in your Corps, military firefighters demonstrate their might, a first-hand look at a famous World War I battle, and we'll take you to the People's Marathon. These stories and more in this edition of Your Corps.
Through the eyes of military photographers, this is the best of combat camera. Airmen often do their best work in the dark. At an undisclosed forward base in Southwest Asia, airmen make final checks on F-15 fighters before pilots head to Iraq to enforce the Southern No-Fly Zone as a part of Operation Southern Watch.
Working on a night move, trying to make some front-page driving news.
The crew takes every precaution to keep themselves safe. They practice wearing protective gear that would be used during a chemical or biological attack. Once everything is set, a ground crew member guides the pilots into position to take off for their next mission.
Felt the lightning.
Here's what's coming up in the next few hours on the Pentagon Channel.